Uphill carrying of this baggage, because the assault on black men, the assault on black boys, the assault on black families is a relentless assault. We see it at the State House, we see it at the Board of Education, we see it at the Montgomery County Council, and through the leadership of this beautiful woman, Zakiya Sankara-Jabar, we had not one, but two meetings directly with the Montgomery County Council Commissioner. Not the county commissioner, but the manager of the county, Mr. Ehrlich. Not one meeting, but two meetings to say, Mr. Ehrlich, black boys in your county have an increased suicide rate unlike any we have ever seen before. Mr. Ehrlich, black boys in your county have an increased suicide rate like we have never seen before. After one meeting, we didn't see too much action. After two meetings, we didn't see too much action. And after taking a long nap, that's what black people do. You know, we got problems. We say, you know what, I'm just gonna have to sleep on it. And after waking up, she came to the conclusion, having heard one of our great leaders in the black community tap her in a dream and say, why should we ask others to do that which we can do for ourselves? Are you following me, family? Why should we ask other people to do for us what we can do for ourselves? So brothers and sisters, family and friends, racial justice now has a track record of winning policies, winning law changes at the school board level, at the county level, at the state level, from Ohio all the way to Maryland. Racial justice now has been working relentlessly for the benefit of the black community for over 13 years. And based on the situation that we saw, Zakiya Sankara-Jabar said, you know what, who we need to call? We need to bring in Dr. Tommy. We don't need Superman. We don't need Mr. Ehrlich. We don't need a state representative. We don't need a governor. We need somebody from our own community with the love in their heart for our own people. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Brothers and sisters, give yourselves a hand for coming out on this rainy day. Give yourselves a hand. Just go on. Just give yourself a hand. Just go ahead and pat yourselves on the back. I know it's rainy outside. I know it's gloomy, but guess what? We make our own atmosphere. We make our own atmosphere, and we are enthused and ecstatic and feeling so gracious and honored to have some of the wisdom in the house with us today. Again, my beautiful wife, Zakiya Sankara-Jabar, planned to be here, but due to a health emergency, she's not able to be here. She had planned a speech and was ready for you. She had planned a speech, but we have someone standing in her place, Miss Tiffany Kelley, and I'm going to bring her on shortly. But before I bring her on, brothers and sisters, today is going to be what you might call somewhat of a difficult day. This brother, Dr. Tommy Curry, is one of the greatest warrior scholars of the 21st century. And brothers and sisters, you might need a dictionary to fully understand them, but we have some available. Brothers and sisters, this brother, Dr. Tommy Curry, is a warrior scholar in his own right, and he's going to bring some powerful information to you. I know some of you go to the gym, you might lift 200 or 300, 400 or 500 pounds. Well, I guarantee the knowledge that this brother is bringing, you're going to need some assistance to lift that 300 or 400 pounds. The knowledge that's coming is about solutions. This is not going to be a rah, 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 sis, boom, bah. This is going to be about the problems and solutions. I'm about to bring Tiffany Kelley up to read Zakiya Sankara-Jabar's speech that she prepared for you. So without any further ado, Tiffany, are you ready? We're going to bring up Tiffany Kelley to read Zakiya Sankara-Jabar's speech. If you want to tell your family, tell your friends that this live stream is available. If you want to text your friends that they can go to racialjusticenow.org, or they can go to YouTube and look at Racial Justice Now's live feed, or they can go to Facebook and look at Racial Justice Now's live feed, or they can go to LinkedIn and look at Racial Justice Now's live feed. We're going to be bringing on Dr. Curry shortly after Sister Tiffany Kelley reads this speech, but I want everybody to get prepared. Are we ready? We now, no. Now, y'all see that now. I didn't tell you. Racial Justice Now, 13 years. 13. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay, all right. With no further ado, put your hands together for Tiffany Kelley.
Thank you so much, Brother Hashem. It is truly a pleasure to be here, not so much with the absence of my sister Zakiya. I was there when she woke up with that dream, and I bought into the vision immediately. I knew that we were the answer to our current condition and our current situation, and we couldn't seek answers from anyone else. I'm saddened that she can't be here today, but I'm happy to be able to stand in her absence and read the speech that she has prepared. So these are the words of Sister Zakiya Sankara-Jabar. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for answering the call and showing up today for this emergency two-day convening. Your presence here is not just appreciated, it's essential. It shows a commitment to pushing back against the systemic vilification of Black boys and men, and a dedication to seeking racial justice now. Before I get started with my opening remarks today, I want to give thanks to my Creator and my African ancestors for giving me the strength to stand up for the millions of Black male babies, toddlers, children, youth, and men, and the courage to stay the course in the face of so many attacks from haters of Black males who did not want to see this convening come together. No amount of hate was going to stop us from pulling this off. The work for me is more than a call to action protecting the men and women of my community. It's an ancestral calling, and I have no choice but to go where my ancestors and my Creator tell me to go. That said, we could not have pulled this convening together without the help and support of our event organizers, institutional partners, and members of the community, who, in the words of Dr. King, recognized the urgency of the moment and sensed the need for powerful action. So, to our incredible event planners, thank you. Your hard work and dedication have made this convening possible. To our institutional partners, thank you as well for standing in the gap with us and lending your support to this effort. Your commitment to this cause shows just how much we can accomplish when we work together. And to everyone in this room, thank you for being here and bringing your voices and perspectives to this much-needed convening. Your presence is a powerful reminder of why we do this work. Now, to the matter at hand. As many of you know, our organization, Racial Justice Now, alongside the Wayfounder Foundation and several other organizations who are present here today, held a press conference earlier this year to set the record straight and demand a change to House Bill 814, Senate Bill 744, a bill that, according to Yannette Emanuel, the Public Policy Director for the ACLU of Maryland, is eerily reminiscent of the super predator media propaganda that fed into the notion that Black people, especially Black children, are inherently criminal and deserve harsher punishment. We at Racial Justice Now will not idly sit by as the state with the only Black governor in these divided states of America is pushing for the most dehumanizing legislation that focuses on caging our black children. These types of super predator laws have swept the nation once before and will do so again if we don't stand up and make our voices heard. And that is exactly what we intend to do. We call together this emergency convening to issue an unwavering and resounding declaration of not on my watch. To Governor Wes Moore, we will not sit back and watch as these unjust bills are passed unopposed, leading to more black children being locked up over minor issues before adjudication. Not on my watch. To our friends, quote, in the foundation world, we will not sit back and watch as you remain silent on the caging of black children here in America, while you lend your support and resources, and rightly so, to amplify the cause of kids in cages at the border. We won't stand for this injustice. Not on my watch. To my brilliant and powerful college-educated sisters, you who stand on the shoulders of those who fought for our right to be seen and heard, I see you, and I know your hearts are full of love for our people and our future. Black women, I love us. But I think we can all agree that some of us need to take a deep and long look inside. Too many of us are allowing our pain to be used to feed narratives that pit us against our own and lead us to believe that black boys and men are deserving of their harm and criminalization. We are stronger together, sisters, and our collective love can protect and uplift us all. We can't continue to sit back and allow people from outside our community to use the voices of some black women as the most vocal in the growing chorus of uninstitutionalized anti-blackness. We won't stand for this. Not on my watch. And if you're here with us today, I hope you're prepared to use your voice to make it known that you will no longer stand for it either. As a matter of fact, if you're here to use your voice today, can you please join me in sending a resounding "not on my watch" to those who oppose justice and care for black boys and men? Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Now, some of you may be asking, why is it that I, as a black woman, felt the need to call for an emergency convening on the systemic vilification of black men and black boys? And the answer to your question is a simple, it is my duty. In the words of Assata Shakur, I'm a black woman. I, as a black woman, have a responsibility to declare war on all forces that have raped our women, castrated our men, and kept our babies empty-bellied. This is my responsibility because I believe, as Dr. Julia Hare believed, that whatever we are as black women and black men, we have to be that together. If we are suffering, then we are suffering together. If we are mourning, then we are mourning together. And if we are fighting for the lives of our black boys and men, then that too we are doing together. To quote further from our black revolutionary freedom fighter Assata Shakur, I put this call to action because black women, more than anybody on the face of the earth, recognize the urgency of our situation. So as an organizer, I stand here today to carry on a tradition of black love that has moved so many revolutionary black women into action on behalf of our community. It is this tradition of black love that led our great ancestor, Ida B. Wells, to publish the Red Record when black men were being systemically lynched and placed beyond the pale of human sympathy at the turn of the 20th century. And yet, too many of us are silent as this legacy of dehumanization continues nearly a quarter of the century through the 21st. Why have we abandoned our responsibility to protect our children? That is the question. We as black women have no excuse not to be raising hell when our black boys and men are being dehumanized and rendered for extinction in America. It's time for each of us to tell the truth and be willing to face whatever political risk and repercussions come with it, even if it means being rejected by other black women. And this is exactly who I am speaking to with my opening remarks today, other black women. Those of us here in the room and those of you watching in the viewing audience. Be not discouraged, black women, but push forward, regardless of the lack of appreciation shown to you. A race must be saved. Those were words spoken by a black woman, Amy Jacques Garvey, to other black women nearly 100 years ago, when the women of their time were met with the same crisis we are being faced with today. We as black women have no choice. Our boys must be saved. Our men must be saved. Because if we cannot save them, we cannot save ourselves. We at Racial Justice Now don't have all the answers, but we have a platform where we can call our community in and develop them together. Today, we're being intentional about sharing our platform with so many male voices who've been bullied into silence out of fear that if they speak, they will be reprimanded for speaking over a black woman. I thank Sister Zakiya for her words, and I'm honored to have delivered them to you today. Thank you.